Hello and good evening. I am late. I am so sorry. Let's just see if I can find you on here. Let's have a look, because I very much doubt. There we go. I am here. That is better. Hello and good evening. It is the last Tuesday in June. Can you believe it? Next Tuesday, it will be the 1st of July, ready for the next brand new bag. And it isn't made yet, but I know exactly what it's going to be. So let me see. I can see Kerry's watching, and Gita and Vanessa, but I've got no comments up on anything. So I do apologise for being late, but I was just popping the PDF into the group so that it's there for you as soon as we're finished tonight. The other thing I was doing just before that was I had asked, as it is coming towards, I had another email from Facebook saying that my lives are going to be deleted as of the 1st of July. So it keeps going back a few days. So that's why I thought I would ask you if there was anything that you particularly wanted that isn't there already. What I would appreciate, though, is if you could have a look on YouTube to see if you can find it before popping it in the comments, because otherwise I've got to look. So if you've had a look and see that it's there, you don't need to ask, but please have a look first, which would be really, really good. Let's see. So yes, there's Kerry. Hello to you. Lovely lady also. Hello, Tony. Hello, Marilyn. Hello, Carol. I better go on the naughty step, didn't I? Yes. It's so warm in here. It's still warm. It keeps getting lovely. And then the warmth. And I've just been using the iron as well. It's always a rush at the last minute, but never mind. So, evening, Anne. Oh, yes. I love my blackbird. I quite often stand at the back door to have a look, see where he is, because I hear him. And yes, it's lovely to have a blackbird. Hello, Gita. Hello, Pauline. Hello, Virginia and Sue and Bev and Maria. A late Trisha is better than no Trisha. Thank you. It's a little bit like an imperfect quilt is better than no finished quilt at all. So always remember that. Hello, Susan. Lovely parcel came today. I heard from somebody else. Susan told me hers had come today as well. So I imagine the postie is really busy getting all those parcels out to you. Hello, Janet. Hope you're well. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Yvonne. We haven't had a chat for a little while, have we, Janet? Perhaps we need one. Hello, Lynn. I've got you out of training. Oh, have I? Oh, goodness. That's good, isn't it? Hello, Elaine. Hello, Jane. Hello, Derek. Hope you're okay. Oh, no. Hi, Derek. Yes, you sit and be a good boy. I imagine, oh no, perhaps Jane hasn't got her headphones on, but you never know. You don't have to listen to everything I say. Hello, Patricia. Hello, Leslie. Oh, jolly good. I'm glad you're looking forward to it. Hello, Nikki. You got a spotty parcel. Lovely. I need some more spotty bags, actually. Otherwise, I don't know what they'll be coming out in. Oh, no. I keep saying, I thought it was going to be cooler. Humid one tonight. I've got my fan working now. Oh, it took me a while. And I don't know, but, oh, I've got comments up there now. That's amazing. I did it the other night. I thought I'm going to put this fan up before I go to sleep. Well, it took me a while. And the last little bit where the metal covers of the fan blades, I'm busting Janet too. There was the most minute screw with a bolt, you know what I mean? Now, normally they're large. This was the tiniest I could, and with these nails, I couldn't do it. I then went and got a pair of tweezers. Okay, Janet, that sounds good. Yes, I got some tweezers, and what I wanted, I needed a magnetic something or other, because by the time I was pushing one bit through the back and got the bolt on the other end, I dropped it. And then when I got it on there, the bolt popped out the other side. So it didn't get done. No, never mind. I should persevere, shouldn't I? But it was irritating. Evening, Marion. Hello, Vanessa. Hello, Christine. Hello, Suzanne. And Jill and Mary. All back from lovely sunny Portugal. Lovely. Gita's got her parcel. Lovely. It's falling down, Janet. Right. I think I need the dark Adita fabric to add to the stash I got from you. Yes, I'll have a look, see what I have got, because I'm going to have to start cutting very, very soon. But I have got the whole range, so even if it's a slightly different fabric, it's still going to work. Hello, Jack. Hello, Jane. No, I was late, Jack. I was late. Hello, Marilyn. Jack's got her parcel too. Fantastic. And Marilyn, great. And Anne. And hello, Susan. Lovely for the chat today. Susan got her parcel too. Hello, Sue. Oh, Jack. Well, do you know, Jack, my fan, I've had it last summer and I didn't put it up. Christine, yes, I did reply to one of your posts there. I have got some left. Let me have a look. Hello, Juliet. Hello, Jennifer. And any spray time left. I can just grab it from behind me. So I've got it laid out here because I have popped it on the website. Now, you won't be able to see. Whoops. Oh, dear. Dead fly. Right. Actually, let's just pop that down just a little bit. So what we have left is number 2, the limey one, number 3, the orange, number 4, the purple. Purple is limited. I think there's only 2 of those left. So the first orders that come in will get that. If you'd like to put an alternative, if you're going for that, just in case. Number 5 is a pewtered grey, almost black, but not quite. Number 6 is a lilac. Number 9, I put 9 as an additional one in there. It's like I call it barley. It is as in the corn, the barley corn. It's a light, nice gold, sandy colour. And then we've got the chocolate brown, the lemon, and the raspberry or cerise. That's number 13. So, as I say, I have done an updated picture on the website. I should have put one in the group as well, but I didn't. So on the website, it relates to what there is left. So let's just pop that back. And so that was quite good that you should bring that up. Thank you, Nikki. Oh, Virginia, thank you. And Beverly. Oh, there's Jan. Hello, Jan. Hello, Linda. Right, and we've just done that. So, and hello, Christine, from all the way from the US of A. Hope you're okay, Christine. I hope it's not as hot for you as it is here, because it's nasty. Oh, that's good, Vivian. Thank you for telling me. Yeah. Amazon. There's a story behind this, actually, and I haven't worn the first one. I have a lovely, lovely friend who came here 2 or 3 weeks ago wearing the most beautiful dress. Oh, some of you will have seen it. I have worn it, I must, yes. And I said, gosh, that dress is lovely, Bev. That is lovely. Would you mind, if I've never done this in my life, would you mind if I bought one the same? It came from Amazon. And she said, no, not at all. So I've bought one. And funnily enough, another friend has bought one as well. So when all 3 of us together, you might see us in pink. So at the open house, it's hotter, Christine. Oh, my goodness. Yes, so on open house day, I was wearing it then. Thank you, Juliet. So I tell you what, I may not look very pleasant in it. I may look large, but it's lovely and loose. I'll just show you. It's like tiered. Let me just show you. Whoops, I won't knock that over. Can you see how floaty it is? It's all in tiers and it's long, and it doesn't make me look very slim at all, but because it's loose and floaty, it feels really cool. So Bev said she liked hers and she got another one. And so I've been on to, I think if you like, It's called Yes No. Yes No is the company. And thank you, Sue. And I have bought, I've got 7 in total. I just went particularly mad. I think I bought an extra 2. So I've got a lilac-y one and a turquoise one. And then I might even have 8 actually. Oh, thank you, Pauline. And they're all different. I mean, I must have been in a blue hue at the time as well, because the last ones, I do look large, Janet. I am sorry. Yes, and there's pockets in it. There's pockets at the sides as well. Bingo. So, and it depends what colour you choose, because the first one was the dearest. So I tell you, it was about £30, but then they've reduced some of the colours. So it's anywhere from 20 to 30, which I didn't think was bad. Hell yes, Lynn, let's have a uniform. I think most people look good in cerise, and that's probably my most favourite one. But I did rather like this when I saw it. So thank you, Sue. I think I looked for patchworky material, basically, and I thought I'd make a nice bag with perhaps a little bit of black faux leather to go with it as well. But yes, yeah, so there's the story. And if you use that Long River and you like it, hands up for Amazon, yeah, they were. And the thing is, because I buy a few things from there, clothes-wise, they tell you what your size is, and it fits perfectly. Perfectly. So really good. Yes, Bev. This is Bev, who is it is so comfortable. And for being cool, absolutely lovely. And it hides, actually my legs are colouring, so they're not the beautiful tan that my daughter is, but they're getting browner, but it hides them. So it really doesn't matter, does it? Let's see, if we're meeting up, we could all wear the same, yes, wouldn't we just? Actually, Janet at the open house said to me, well, Trish, she said, nobody had to say, where's Trish, because they could spot you. So I thought, oh, that's good. Oh, what's the Long River? The Amazon. So Amazon, Suzanne. I don't always like to say it, but Amazon, you know, the next day delivery people. Yes, it's on there. Juliet's watching in the garden wearing a blue and white tent dress. I'm sure it doesn't. Exactly. It makes you think it makes you look cute. That's what I think as well. But it's fab in hot weather. Yeah, absolutely. I can't stand anything that clings or sticks to me. You know, you have to keep stretching it away from you. You know. Good evening, Jen. We're just talking about dresses and being warm or too warm, muggy, hot, nasty. Oh, thank you, Janet. Thank you. Right. So yes, I do feel a lot cooler in it. I can feel a warmth around me, but it does, yes, it's not too bad at all. So, what's been happening? Oh, there's 44 colours, is there, Isabel? Oh, goodness. Right, 44. I've only done 8, haven't I? You never know. Because I thought because it is quite long, I thought I might take a little bit off the bottom and I could make a scrunchie to go on my hair, couldn't I? You know, I could make something to trim to go with it. 44 colours. Oh, my goodness. I've got 2 or 3 that are a dark blue, not navy, but dark blue. And one's dark blue with white and one's white with dark blue. And I've got another one that's mustardy gold with, I suppose, a steely grey. Hello, Jill. Hello, John. Okay. Oh, it's staying in bright now. Lovely. Hello, Sue. Do you have to? I don't, Susan. I don't know if you can see through it, but I don't. No. Nobody's mentioned. Nobody's said that I can see through it. How big is my wardrobe? At the moment, they're hanging on the outside of the wardrobe. I tell you what, I need to do a Stacey Solomon because I've got a few wardrobes which are full, but I hardly wear any of it. I wear the same sort of thing all the time. I sort of alternate, but you might see me wearing 1 or 2 of them as we go through. Hello, Sue. Good evening to you. Good. What a great idea, Beverly. Beverly says, I could make a patchwork bag if I took a bit of all the dresses and then it would go with all of my dresses. Perfect. I like that. Hello, Patricia. Oh, you've just ordered, Christine. Yes. Well done, you. Life's too short, isn't it? You know, I don't buy that much to wear, I must admit. And I refuse to go and try something on in a store. I hate that. I really do. So I ordered the one to start off with just to see if the fit was good. And when it was, that's when I ordered 2 more and then a few more as well. Martin, look, Janet, Martin is no saint, right? If you could see his CD collection, and he buys every single day. I tell him he's got a problem. And he says, I've got a problem with fabric. And I say, no, I haven't. I buy fabric because I'm a business, because customers like to buy fabric from me. So, yes, so there we are, Janet. He is no saint. Just jot that down, and I want no excuses for him from now. Okay. Oh, yes, you used a dress hem to cut off your string-covered bowls. Great idea. Well, at the minute, I've got another little technique that I did years ago, and I haven't done it for a little while. And so if you're ever trimming off, Janet, you always make me laugh. If you're ever trimming the edge to, you know, perhaps 1/2 inch, something like that, even not a 1/4 inch, it'll fall apart. But we can make some rope with it. And I've got to have a little go again because I had a quick go earlier and I thought, I can't remember how I do this, can't remember. So I'm going to have another little go at it. Yeah, the company is Yes No, YESNO. And I just put in women's dresses to start off with. And it is cotton. But do not want to lose you. I don't know what that means, Tony. I know. Janet's got a problem. I'm happy to. Yes, yes. Oh, hello, Jane. Lovely. Oh, I've got a message to respond to and I haven't responded yet. I haven't got any frog fabric. I know that. I can't remember what the other part was. But, and I don't know if I've got any of those scissors. That's what it was, wasn't it? But I'll have a look just to check. So yes, it is cotton. When it came out of the bag, there were little creases in it, but do you know what? Confession time. I didn't iron it. I didn't, but just wearing it, any creases just dropped out. There's no single crease in here now. So 100% great. They are going to be overloaded with orders. Oh dear. Oh dear. So, yes. I don't know what that other part said, Tony. Evening, Susan. What else was I going to say? Now, something else that's coming up. I'm loving creative grids at the moment. So, you know the ruler. Oh, in case I lost you. Oh, I thought the phone had said something. Yes. Yes, we did. We've got the Storm at Sea rulers. And I saw, who did I see? I think it was Jane. I think it was Jane S. I don't think it was Jane W, but it might have been. Did you, right, confession time, Jane, with Derek. So close your ears, Derek. Did you buy a ruler for a wonky log cabin? If you're listening, and I'm smiling, and you can tell me if you bought a ruler. It wasn't very expensive at all. Hello, Patsy. And it was a wonky log cabin. I think it was a company called Sew It Easy or So Easy, because I have to have a look. It looked to me like it was a Chinese company, which I'm very principled and don't buy. Yes, no, it was you. And he's, oh, so he's not listening. So this is something I also did many, many years ago, but not with a ruler. And I had this feeling that Creative Grids did this, a ruler like that. Oh, jolly good, Virginia. So I haven't got it here to be able to show you, but I'll perhaps show you tomorrow. So I should just do a demo with it. So I decided, because it wasn't very expensive, was it? It was really good. But I decided I was going to go with Creative Grids. Not that I'm made of money, but I wanted to gain that 10% for the future, you know, looking ahead, speculate to accumulate, if you like. So I had a look, and do you know what? They have got a ruler. Creative Grids have got a wonky log cabin ruler. Now, this is where, with the original one, which was quite a reasonable price, a lot cheaper than the Creative Grids one, there was a video there. And with Creative Grids, they always have a video to demonstrate how to use it. And do you know what? That video was identical. So I do believe, because Creative Grids are a UK company, totally genuine, honest, trustworthy. So I believe, probably, allegedly, I'm not saying for definite, but it looks very much like somebody has copied at a reduced price, which is what these companies do. So, and my ruler came today. I only ordered it on Sunday, and it came today, which is Wednesday. Or did I order it Monday? I know it was very quick. I was very, very pleased. They do. I have it, Jack. I have it in my hands. Well, not right now, but it's in the study. It's over there. And I will show you it. Yes, tomorrow evening I'll show you. Yeah, that's okay, Jane. So I'm just saying, for anybody who would, you know, it is sort of, what would it be? 4 times the price. It's in that same 20, I don't know whether it's 26, 27, 28, something like that. But, yeah, I don't like naughty companies, basically. But at the end of the day, you do need to buy within your budget. So have a look, and I'll show you that tomorrow night, which means I'll do a little bit more sewing tomorrow. Yippee! But yeah, it's really quite a nice project that we will do. Anyhow, I have been chatting too long. Yes, it is like, I'll show you it tomorrow, Juliet. If you're watching tomorrow, I'm doing something. Yeah, what am I? Oh, I haven't even told you. Tomorrow. Yeah, I'm doing something. I won't show you till tomorrow, but it's quite clever and very, very easy. So I'll have time to show you the wonky log cabin. So you know what a log cabin looks like? Where you stitch on all 4 sides, and you stitch on one side, you stitch on the adjacent side and another strip on the next side, and you keep going round to build up your block. And 1/2, so 2 adjacent sides will be traditionally a light colour, and the next 2 sides will be a dark colour, and the next 2 will be a light. So you alternate like that, so that you get what looks like a half square triangle, but it's made with strips of varying colours, etc. Hello Charlie, you missed me already. Charlie and Oliver has stayed here for the last 2 nights, and boy, what good boys they were. They were lovely. I was going to tell you all that I forgot to say, that's why I didn't do last night. So I apologise for that. But having 2 such good little boys, the only thing I knew, oh, jolly good, Juliet. The only thing I knew that I had 2 little boys in the house was because whenever I went to the toilet, I got a wet bottom. Okay? You understand what I mean. And also, I knew I'd got 2 little boys there because there was toothpaste in the sink. However, they both flushed the toilet after using them. Now, not every man does that, do they? So I'm sorry to go on about the toilet thing, but they were little angels. I forgot to tell Mummy that, but they were such good boys, and they went to sleep pretty well. Okay, it wasn't early, but they went to sleep. No issues whatsoever. So I'm going to crack on now. I think it's raining. It's raining. Okay, let's crack on. No, there they are. Right, so what I'm going to do, the PDF is on the website. So these are the joys of grandchildren. Hello, Karen, no problem at all. So here we have, these are very easy. I'll show you this one first. Grab and go bag. I've called it a wristlet pouch because nice and secure, slips over your wrist so you've got two hands free. So you're in the fabric store, and you need to handle with two hands. So you have this here. You have a glass of wine. So instead of holding your clutch bag in one, you've got two hands to hold because it's a large glass. Yeah, that's true. Well, yeah, it will at some point. I'll have to crop it, I will. So anyhow, what we have is when we open we have a pouch and we turn it around and we have a pouch the other side. It'll take a phone, okay, and then in the middle we have another one as well. Hello, Sue. Yes, it has. It's always one of those days for me. So nice and easy, no zips, no cam snaps, and then all we do, we've got a short one here, we pop the longer one through here, and there it is. Simple as that. So I'm going to show you how to make it, and do you know what? It is nice and straightforward, but I have popped the PDF in the group for you, so you've always got, you love it already. I keep thinking with the quick mates, craft fair mates, yes. Okay, so I'm going to have to turn this around now. So let me just take this here and let's just press, nope, it's wrong one. Whoops, we've done that already. And let's go around here. Right, there we are. So what do we have? What do we have? Whoops. Let us put that just there for a moment so that I can see. Right, we have, oh no, I can't see it there, can I really? So what we need, can we see here? I've already done part of it. So we have, I have used on this one, so it depends on your machine. I have used G700 here. This is my stabilizer, interfacing, whatever you like to call it, G700. So I have cut this to the size indicated. You can use fusible fleece, which I did on one of them. So the blue one here, it's a little bit more rigid, but when we come to stitching, we are stitching through those 1, 2, 3, 4. There's probably 8 layers of fabric there with fusible fleece. My machine went through it, but I thought about all of you. It may be better. So look here. Can you see it's that little bit thinner, the two of them? So it's still robust. And when you've got your phone in there, you wouldn't know any difference at all. But solid Juki, you'll be absolutely fine. If you've got a brother, you're probably fine as well. Genomes. But you do need a little bit of depth to go through that. That's why I decided I would use G700 as well, so that you know the difference. Okay, so what we're going to do is actually cut, I think it's something like 18 inches by 9. So 9 as the width, and it is 18 inches long. So you could adapt this with the technique for any size, really. So at one of the short ends, I have marked the halfway point across the top here, which is 4.5, I think, yes. And then I have drawn a line vertically 3 inches long. And the reason that I am doing this technique, we sometimes do this, I sometimes have the interfacing in the seam allowance, but we are going to stitch just around the edge, which then means we haven't got the interfacing or stabilizer in the seam allowance. Now, I did in that first bag, and perhaps it would be that little bit better if I hadn't got it in there, because there's probably 4 layers of fusible fleece as well. So all I've done, so I fused it. This one's going to be the opposite way round to that blue one. I have fused this to my outer fabric, and I'm going to leave a gap at this opposite end here for turning. So I'm going to start down here and I'm sewing just on the edge. So I'm going to do a little bit of patchworking. I'm going to do about a 2 because I'm just stitching through 2 layers of cotton. And I've put pins in here because it's a large piece that I want to stay together. Oh, I know what I didn't tell you. And I've actually put my 2 fabrics right sides together. Okay, so outer fabric and lining fabric right sides together. And you need these fabrics to be a little bit bigger than so at least ½ inch or so each side all the way around the edge, because we're going to trim that afterwards. So I started stitching at that bottom end, and then I am just stitching all the way down here. I'm just following the edge of my D700. There we go. All the way down. All the way down to there. Okay, and then we're going. Now, this is where it changes. Where I have this line, we are going to stitch to about ½ inch from the line, and we're going to come down ½ inch to the side, across the bottom, and then up the other side, because that drawn line we're going to cut. So we need to stitch ½ inch to each side. So let's stitch along here. As I say, get to about ½ inch from there, so that I can then turn that round and the ½ inch or the side of my foot lines up with that line. And then we're going to just stitch down there, get to that bottom, and I'm going to stitch across where that bottom mark is. And then so I'll need to go about ½ inch past, that's it, so that I'm coming up ½ inch to the left of that drawn line. So then we're coming up again to the edge of the interfacing, and then we're going to carry on stitching around the edge of the interfacing. Now I nearly forgot to do that, but seeing that line I thought, what's that for? So we'll just carry on down here. As you can see, my pins are just out of the way, and we can just rip along here, and we're just coming up to that very last edge, last short edge. One more, and then let's just come around, and decide that it's going to pull that thread up. Oops, have we broken? No, we're okay. I thought we'd broken the thread there, but we haven't. It just got caught somewhere. So let's just carry on. And I'm going to leave about a 3-inch or so gap there. Okay, so I have stitched. I've left myself a gap in there. I'm going to take my pins out now, like so. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just see. Oh no. Yeah, these are these fabrics are. Hello, Wendy. Right, let's just put that. These are Bluebird. Okay. So what are we going to do now? So at this edge here, I am going to trim to ½ inch or so. Like that, and then down on this line here I'm going to cut on, well no, I'm going to cut to the side. I'm going to actually trim a little bit more away, so I'm trimming that to about 1/8 of an inch. So if we can, you can see there, I'm just going to, there we go, right, so I'll just cut that off so that you can see. So there was my drawn line, and I cut a little bit further away. So I've only got about 1/8 of an inch seam allowance here. So when we go into this corner where I stitched along here, I'm just going to cut into there, just like when we do our zip our internal zips. I'm just going to trim a little bit more of that away. So you can see that there. And then that's going to turn really nicely. So while I'm here, I'm going to go down this side too. So I'm just trimming away here to about 1/4 of an inch. But we just, even if it goes a little bit narrower, it doesn't matter. You just don't want to cut through. And I'm saving these bits as well for that rope that I'm going to make. Okay, so let's trim down here. Because, yeah, I've got probably 1/2 inch of wasted fabric there. But it won't be wasted when I make my little ropes that we will show you next week as well. Okay, so now the only thing here, where my opening is, I'm going to leave a little bit extra. So let me just trim off. If I trim away the selvage, because that's about the same, like that, and then I'm going to trim to roughly 1/4 of an inch, but there we go, where my stitching, there is my stitching too. Let's just cut there. Now you can see how that goes up. So here is my opening, just there. And I've left that wider. I needn't have left it that wide, but it would just make it easier for when we're turning it to the other side. And in fact, what I could do is actually fold that back now, because it will go to the edge of the interfacing there. And I could, rather than use the iron, I could press that, and then I could press that other piece underneath, so that lines up nicely, and I could press the two together. Then when we turn it through, it's going to turn through beautifully. So the only other thing I need to do is trim off these corner points without cutting the stitching. And then up here, obviously we're going to have 2, 1, 2, and here we'll have 1, 2. I'll trim a bit more of that off actually. There we go. Right, what a mess there is. Okay, so now we are going to turn it through. So, I'm just going to the longest point there, push it through, like so, and push that through as well. Okay, and I just need my brush, my little pokey brush here. So I'm going to pop my brush in this end just to push that corner out, and we'll push this corner out also, and then all the way up here where we have 2, push that out and push that out. Oh, we've got another one tucked in here. So these are going to be flaps, as you've probably worked out already. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to have to bring in the iron, because we need to, let's just turn that on. Right, let's pull the iron in here so that you can see how we are going to, there we go, how we're going to press this. So I'm going to bring this just here. I'm going to have to move that over there a little bit so that you can see. And I'm just going to roll those edges. And you see how that's gone automatically. That's where my gap is. And that's automatically, let's just come in a little bit closer. There we go. That should be a little bit better, I think. Hopefully. That's it. So all I'm going to do is press this. Okay. Roll that out to the side. So this is going to be my outer fabric on this one. I'm just, as I say, rolling that out to the edges. Now, if you are using fusible fleece, being a little bit thicker, it actually rolls a little more easily. But we can still, oh, that's hot, we can still just roll this right to the edge. And what I'm going to do as well is just pull out these corners. They just need to come out just that little bit more, very carefully with the pokey tool. And that one there, that one looks okay. And that one, oh, nice cool breeze. There we are, I think that's done there now as well. So we can just go up to the top here, give that a press, and then similarly here. And when we move the iron over to the other side, that should automatically press the edges. Oh no, that one hasn't. It should automatically, I said. Oh, that nearly went. So let's go from this side here and just roll that out. So that, because if we don't have it all rolled out properly, then the edges aren't going to match when we come to actually making it up. So just roll those with my fingers so that the seams are right at that outside edge. So I press that one a little bit too. There we go. Just roll it between your fingers and that will make it work properly. There we go. So that has done. So I'm going to just move that. I don't think we're going to need that again. So I'm going to take this back to the ironing board, back to the machine. So as I said, I'm doing that this way around. This is my outer. So what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm just going to stitch so that we close that gap. I'm going to stitch all the way around. Let's just get rid of that little bit of thread. And let's just stitch close to the edge so that that gap can be closed. Now, I haven't. There we go, that's better. Right, we'll do a slightly longer stitch just so that it whips around that little bit quicker. Okay, and then up the side as well. You may have noticed on one of them, I didn't actually top stitch. I closed the gap, but I didn't bother to top stitch. So if you don't want to, you don't have to. The other thing that could be done is you could actually curve the top if you wanted to. So around here, I'm going down the side, and then I'm going to come across here, and then I'm going to go up that little side there, across that top edge, which is my flap. I've got that out. Ooh. Yeah, just about. Okay. And then we'll go down the other side. Whiz it down there. Just go at the speed that you like to go at. No need to rush like I do. Okay, so there. One more. And then we'll go across to meet where we started. Okay, so that has gone all the way around now. We can just trim those little bits of thread there. There we go. That tiny bit there. Okay, all done. So there we have our piece with the two little slits there. Now this is my outside. Now before I do anything else, I just need to make the little handles. So I've done one already, but as we usually do, this is a 3-inch wide strip, so it's slightly narrower than our usual bag handles. So we are going to fold it in half, wrong sides together and press. Then we're going to open it out and we're going to fold a raw edge to the centre and press, and the other raw edge to the centre and press, and then in half again, enclose all on both sides. So let's get that down to that. And so we'll just sit down there. And I don't always cut my thread there at the bottom. I just stitch across to the other side and then I come back down the other side. Just as easy as if you were cutting your threads and starting again. Okay. So I'm just going to trim those little bits of thread on those ends. Now what we need to do, so I've got my two pieces, my long and my short. What we're going to do, this is our outside, that's my inside. So we're going to fold the longest piece here up to where these two flat pieces come. So just fold that so it lines up with that little gap just there. And what we're going to do now, I'm going to put a clip to this side just to hold it, like that, and another one on the other side. And then we're going to fold this flap down so that it comes flush with the top there. And I'm going to get myself a ruler, which I didn't have. And actually, I won't do a really black. If you measure the width of your, just put that out of the way. If you measure the width of this flap, it's about 4 inches. So what you need to do, that little clip's in the way now, is pop your ruler so that, though that's 4 inches, so at the 2-inch mark, we're going to put a dot. Well, in actual fact, I'm going to do a little line. Okay, so whether you can see that there, that's a placement for my handle. So then I'm going to do the same on this other side, fold that over so that the flap is flush at the top there. And again, let's find the center point. 1, 2, 3, 4 there. That's good. There's my 2-inch mark. And I'm just going to make a little mark there. It's probably, oh, what would it be? Just over 1/4 inch long. But that is the mark for my strap placement. So we're going to take both our strap pieces. Doesn't matter which one for which, but I'm going to fold it in half and we're going to overlap one on top of the other. Okay, so one on top of the other, like that. And we're going to open this piece up. So we're just going through one piece. And to start off with, we are going to, so I'm putting that there, I'm going to lay that so that the base of my raw edges is just on that line. And I'm going to put a pin in here just to hold it. I'll put a pin just there. And then we're going to do the same on this side here. So just, insert a bit of scrap in there. Put those right sides together. Put them together. You could actually look to see, do it like that. So you've got a nice, like a tie, a bow. Right sides together. And then where that little line is, I'm just popping that so that we're basically centering it. Okay. And lining that up. And I'm going to have a pin just here as well. So we are going to stitch across there. So as you can see, the strap at the moment is pointing down because when we fold it again, we want it to point up. So at the moment it's pointing down to that long end. So I'm just going to stitch across here. There we go. So I'll just go backwards and forwards just to hold that. And then the same here. We'll just go backwards and forwards to hold that one in place. Okay, and then we're going to flip it up. Oh, I don't want that little bit, do I? We are going to ignore that bit of thread there. Let us flip this up now, and we're going to stitch on the top. I'll do this one first because it's over this side. So, oops, there's a bit of thread there. So let's just flip that up, and then I'm going to stitch across here. And what can look nice is if we do a little box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch from one side across here, and one more, and then I'm going to do 1, 2, and then I'm going to reverse rather than moving the whole thing under the machine. There we are. I've gone across, and then I can just go this way as well. So there we go. So that's made a nice little box on here. So it's just made it a little bit prettier. So there is that one. So I'm going to flip this one up as well. And I'm going to do the same thing. So I'll start it's probably only about 1/8 of an inch up. I'll come towards me. And then I'm going to go down towards the bottom, which is 2 stitches. And then I'm going to go back to the other side, reversing. And then I can come forwards, and I'll just reverse a couple of times there. Okay, so I've got both of those attached now. Okay, so not difficult so far. I'll get that little bit of thread out of the way, and that one's gone. Okay, so now we're going to do back to how we were, which was folding it. So we fold it back again and line that top bit up there. Make sure these edges are aligned as well. So what we need to do now is we want to find the halfway point across here. So with a ruler again, under 9 inches. So I'm going to centre the ruler so that I can put the 4.5 mark. So I'm going to put a pin just there. And then at the bottom here, we will find the 4.5. If I put it like that, it can flatten that down nicely. Let's do that there. So I've got the ruler here. I'm just finding the centre point along the bottom. So I'm just centering that over. And there's my 4.5. So I'll put a little mark there, or you can put a pin just there. Let's take that out of the way now. And then I'm just going to stitch through all the layers from where that pin is at the top. So let's just take that there. And I'm going to reverse a little bit at the top there, and then I'm going to stitch all the way down to this pin. Now, if you want to draw a line, by all means do just that. There we go. And then just reverse at the bottom as well. Okay, so there we go. And that little bit of thread just there. So now we have what looks pretty strange. But what we're going to do now is fold it the other way. We're folding along that stitch line. And what we'll have is a flap that comes down there and a flap that comes down there. Okay, but we need to sew this side here. So leave those flaps open. Find or line up this part here. So pins or binding clips. Let's put another one down there. Let's find a binding clip there. And then similarly on this side, so we're folding it together, but we also want to make sure, oops, there we are, that those edges are lined up as well. So we want that to line up just there. And let me see, I have got some more. So let's just put that clip just there, and making sure that that is aligned as well. Oh, let's just pull that over just a little bit, and that is all going to, because if it doesn't line up, then you're going to have a little gap there. So let's just get a pin, pass that through. Let's just make sure this pulls over just the tiniest bit more. There we go. And then at this bottom edge here, I can see they all align, and also the bottom fold just here. Okay, so with that all sorted there, we're just going to stitch from the top. And again, I'm just making sure that that all lines up. And I'm on a stitch length a little bit longer, 2.5 or so, and go nice and slowly. So go back there. Oh, I've pushed that fabric up a little bit. So where is my seam ripper there? So just push that down. Okay, just so that there we go. So as I say, nice and slowly, because we are going through a few layers. And what I am doing is I'm stitching on that stitch line that has already been stitched. And then just hold those together. As I say, I'm using my seam ripper to just hold them and pull them over. If you want to put a few more pins down this side, all well and good. So there we are, I'm holding that, and I can see that's working. And we want these two to line up at the bottom, because we will be stitching across the bottom edge. Now I'm using the tool because I don't want it to pucker there. Okay, that slipped just a little bit. So I'm going to then move that around, and we're going to stitch a little bit higher up so that I can make sure that all those layers, so I'm not just doing the tiny, I'm doing about, what am I doing? Probably 1/4 of an inch or so. And then I'll just reverse there. Okay, and decided we aren't going to cut just there. Okay. Oh, just caught. So it's not perfect there, but yours will be. Okay, so now we have one pocket, and we have 2 pockets, and we have the 3rd pocket in the middle. Okay, so we can now pull that one down and the back one down, lift up our short thread there, or we can have it whichever way we want, and then put the long one through the short one, and there we have another, let's just move that around there, another little pouch. If I weren't using my phone, you can just preen that, so that's got a little bit of movement so that the flaps are level. But there is another one just to work the same as before. There we go. So, hello Marilyn. Oh, okay. Yeah, so very clever. So, you know, not too difficult. And as I say, it's just when you're stitching the seam down here with those layers, it's just go a little bit slower. And also I would increase, I did a stitch length of 3 just to give it that little bit of ease. If you stay on a small stitch length, it might skip the stitch. You could also, to help, would be to give a, to put a 90 needle rather than an 18. An 80 12 is my normal. So there's the other one there. And a 90-14 will make the stitching a little bit easier. Okay, right, let me turn this around once more and we will just see. So there we go. And all the way around to me, all that moss on my roof. The window cleaner can't get that off until the birds have finished nesting, so he tells me. Okay, anyhow, there we are. Number one. Number two, I just like the idea of it just hanging, and I've called it a wristlet pouch, because it goes over your wrist, but nice and easy. Didn't really take too much fabric. Let me have a look at my phone here. Oh, Janet's going to be making loads of these. I just think, I didn't tell you as well, when I was at Sports Day last Friday, one of the teachers was coming around trying to get people to join their PTA. So guess who've joined the PTA? Because I was thinking, I love fundraising, and considering it's the school that my children went to as well, so I'm going back to a PTA, and I thought, I've got so many things that I can raise money, all the bits and pieces I make. Lovely, I'm quite excited about it. The only thing I said a big fat no to, she said, you could be our chairman. I said, no, I can't be your chairman. I'm just going to be a fundraising member and help organise. Okay, that's what I said. So, great for Christmas gifts. Absolutely, you could get so much in there. Or as little or as much as you liked. Yeah. Okay. I'm a little bit later for our chicken dinner that Martin is cooking. And he said, you said you'd be ready at 7:30. Well, I thought I would, but I didn't realise I was going to be late starting and then have a good old chatter. But it has been lovely tonight. Lovely. Okay. This is what, yeah, they would. You know, hanging off of something. And if you've got, that's the thing. If you've got a couple of walking sticks or a walker, you can have this on your wrist, and yeah. Or if there's handles, you could just slot it over the handle as well. Didn't think of that. No, doesn't it? So, okay. I'm going to love you and leave you now. Tomorrow I'm doing another little, it's quite a straightforward. Think about stripy materials. And when I mean stripy, I don't mean just lots of stripes. I mean fabric which has borders more in it. So it might have a stripe and then a floral design and a stripe. So think of fabrics which have got a bold stripe with a design in between. I'm going to show you what you can do with that. And we'll have a look at the wonky log cabin ruler. So thank you so much for joining me. I have thoroughly enjoyed myself. I hope you have too. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll see you tomorrow at 6:30. Bye for now.